It's the wrong one.
2, 3.
Okay, it's working now. Blur. Maybe like listen to the stream. Okay, here's the right one. It's just like a noise in the background. No, here's the one. No, it's like an electrical noise. Just like
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are back after what has been an extended break here at SRL. We are back with round 6 here in China. Now, you're probably going, Spider, what happened to Australia? Well, due to the game-breaking glitches inside of F123, and we had quite a few last-minute dropouts last week, the admin team made it with the best authority to cancel the Australian Grand Prix, which was an upset to some, me being one of them. I know quite a lot of people circuit. However, don't be too disheartened. We've guaranteed it a place on the Series 2 calendar. So if we do somehow make it to a second season, Australia will be back. And it's a little bit of a sneak peek. I can confirm to you, it will be a sprint race as well. Because yes, sprint races are coming to Season 2. Much to the dismay or maybe joy of some people. Extra points, but then again, a sprint. So Saturday nights just got longer. Right then, so 17 drivers tonight, all coming back after what has been a bit of a break. Like I said, I've been to Greece and had a bit of fun in Greece, and wow. If anyone can hear Harry in the background, I do apologise. The little man's not too well. We are trying our hardest to get him to sleep, but at the moment, it's no go. So he's not that well at the minute. There is flu going around at the moment, so if I do go quiet for a little bit of period of time, it's because I've had to go and look after him. So we're just going to jump on board, which I believe Jenkins is going to be the first driver out on track this evening. Obviously, he was a bit disheartened last week that Australia was cancelled, but he is back now, and he is now stepping way down into China. Now, let's take a look. How many... Dry quality and race, that's things we like to hear and see. So, 13 corners in China. It's a bit of a twisty, bendy circuit. It's not one of my personal favourites, unfortunately. But I'm here by myself, comms in tonight, because Mr. AFL, my co-comms, is unfortunately tied up at work this evening. So, while we're waiting for people to start getting on their hot laps, let's take a look at the story so far, ranking-wise. I bet Dan breathed a sigh of relief at the fact that the Australian Grand Prix was cancelled, because it meant that his competitors couldn't gain and catch up on him. So Dan still leads the championship with 80 points. Wesley has 75 and Dean Pryor with 46, who's tied for third with Phantom Nug. So Mercedes currently in P2 and P4 when it comes to the championship. The new boy on the block who missed the first part of the tournament, Scott, he managed to get home a mighty podium last time out in Miami. He'll be looking to increase his stat and maybe, just maybe, start battling for a top spot. But let's take a quick look at the constructors. It's currently Mercedes that lead the constructors with 89 points, McLaren with 85, Williams with 56, Red Bull with 54, then it's Aston Martin with 30, Haas with 29, Alpine with 23, Alfa Romeo with 19, Ferrari with 14, and AlphaTauri with just a measly 6 points. Not a good season so far for AlphaTauri. Now, just a little bit of an update on one of our full-time drivers. Unfortunately, baby driver, Dan's teammate at McLaren, has unfortunately had to step to one side. He's currently spot a leg injury. He is looking to be out for about a month. Luckily, we do have another break coming up shortly, which will be a 2-week break, so he's not going to miss too many races. But for medical reasons, he has had to step aside. And here at SRL, if you do medical reasons of something that obviously you can't help, stuff like that, we won't hold that against you. It would be evil if we did that. So Tom will be back. Hopefully, I think it's for the race after Brazil is when he's due to be back. But Jenkins is going to be the first person to set our hot lap of the evening. We're just waiting. We do have a bit of a yellow flag. That's on the Aston Martin of Bracey. Let's see if he's okay. He's had a bit of a wobble. But we'll jump back on board with Jenkins. And we'll see what's going on. And we'll have a bit of a rundown the Drivers' Championship in full in just a little bit. A big thank you to everybody that is watching as always. Your continued support is cherished. Obviously, we are a new league, so any help that you can do is greatly appreciated. Good evening, Danielle, for obviously coming in to tune in as well. Jenkins sets the first lap with a 133.004, not far off from being a 133 flat. We'll be a little bit gutted about that. I believe it's now going to be an Alfa Romeo that comes across the line next. That's going to be for Wee Rabby. Right, who's going to be next? I believe it's going to be the McLaren of Dan, the man on a mission, the man looking to win the tournament. It's a 132.066. Wow, what a time! Oh no, I can already feel the daggers. Dean Pryor, he goes 132.7. Lovely, lovely time. I believe we've got a Ferrari now. It's Harvey, which is coming up next across the line. What's he going to do? Harvey's going to bring a lovely time to the table. I'm pretty sure of it. Harvey is... No, he's not. He's on an outlap by the looks of it. Okay, so it's Ross, the new hash driver. The new full-time hash driver, Ross. He goes 1 minute 31.7. Lovely, lovely time, Ross. Oh, I wonder if that... But then again, Dan was on mediums, so a bit slow there. One of the Mercedes boys is coming in. They've aborted their lap, so Phantom Nug's going to be the next across the line now. Let's see what Phantom Nug can bring to the table. He's looking to try and lean in on Dan. He goes 1 minute 32.9 with the divisional P4. Up next is one of the Red Bulls. I believe it is. It's Merman. What can Merman do? Here we go. He's going to go fourth, 1 minute 32.9. Good time for Merman. As the AlphaTauri of Adaptable Earl, another more recent new full-time driver, he goes P7 currently as it stands. Right, we've got the next Alfa Romeo driver. It's the one, it's the only, Mr. Mark Wilson. He race quit in Miami. He's back for China. What's he going to do? He goes P8 with 133.8. We've got another AlphaTauri crossing the line now. It is for Severe Scott, our Yank on the track. What's he going to do? One or two Scots. This one goes P10. Up next is an Alfa Romeo, I believe. Not Alfa Romeo, it's Aston Martin. Bracey goes provisional P8 with 133.7. Let's see, we've got a couple of drivers now. Alright, so by the looks of it, we've had quite a few invalidations. So, just going to jump on board at the moment. Oh no, I think Jess is on a hot lap at minute. She is. Let's see what Jess can do. Yellow flag in sector 2. Looks like one of the Alfa Romeos is letting one of the Alpha Tauris pass. Good sportsmanship there. Jess will be looking to be setting a good lap. What can Jess bring to the table? Jess goes P11 with 135.4. And Harvey now starts his hot lap, but he has invalidated, so we won't jump on board with him for too long. What we will jump on board with is we're going to jump on board with Wesley, who's currently on a outlap. So while we stick on board with Wesley, we're going to go down the table in full when it comes to our Drivers' Championship. So as stated earlier, Dan breathed a sigh of relief and currently has one hand on the trophy as it speaks with 80 points in P1. Then it's Wesley who we're on board with now in P2 with 75. Dean Pryor has 46, who's tied for third with Phantom Nug. They'll be looking to both score good points this evening to try and separate themselves and try and get into that top 3 position. So it's a battle for P3. 5 with 30 points, and Mark Wilson's had his points reinstated. He is now P6 in the championship with 24. 3-4, who's only raced one race so far this season. He is in P7 with 15 points. Adaptable Arrow, one of the new boys on the block, is in P8 with 12. Rabi has 10. Bracey has 9. He's in 10th. That's the top half of our table. Moving into the bottom half of our table, it's Topher with in 11th with 8, and he's tied with Atom. He also has 8. Jess currently has 7. Scott, as well, Severe Scott and Jenkins both have 15. They both have 6. They're both tied for 14. Tom, who's currently out of the tournament at the moment, is currently P16 with 5 points. And Sylvester, who has unfortunately had to not race again this evening, he is currently in 17th with 4 points. However, Sylvester, if you are watching, you have now exceeded your limits without letting any of the admins know on why you couldn't race or why because you just backed out. I know it's an annoyance, but you can't afford to miss any more races now, buddy. Salvatore P18 with Heavily Verizon and Ross. They're the only 3 drivers that have not scored any points this evening. Heavily Verizon is currently with Tom, making sure that he does get a full recovery, but as far as we are aware, he should be back next race, which is the dreaded and feared Monaco.
Oh, Monaco
Anybody else
next
get
week.
cold shudders? I did. I most certainly did. But Ross is new to obviously SRL. He has stepped up and was filled in because Angie unfortunately left us due to multiple races that he couldn't. Well, she couldn't race in. But all is fair in love and racing. You all knew the terms and conditions when you signed up. Anyway, we're jumping on board with Wesley still, who's going to be setting a hot lap any second. Well, he's on a hot lap in the moment. He'll be setting a time any second is what I should So it's been a good season so far. Like I said, it's been a massive shame that we had to cancel Australia. I was kind of looking forward to it. When I say kinda, very looking forward to it. One of my favourite circuits. Well, one of my top 5, I should say. Anyway, but unfortunately, life does get in the way, and obviously I do give up my time to do this, and unfortunately, sometimes things can't be done. But Wesley goes P5, 1 minute 32.9, and that is on medium tyres. Right, I believe he's just had an Alpine cross the line. I don't know which one of these boys it is. I believe it is. It's both of them. 3-4 and Atom are both out and about at the moment. So let's find out. Topher goes P10 with 1 minute 33.7, and Harvey P9 with 1 minute 33.4. Good times there from the boys. Alright then, so we're going to jump on board with 3-4. He's going to be the first of the 2 Alpines to cross the line. Scott, feeling very confident that he's still got a chance in this tournament after the podium that he secured, just narrowly beating Adaptable Earl to the podium, who had Scott has just invalidated there, unfortunately, so we're going to jump on board with his teammate. Dan now increases his time to 1 minute 31.3. He's going looking at hang on, there's only one sheriff in these places, and it's me. Well, fair play to him. But yeah, as I was saying, Scott has only raced 1 so far. He beat Earl only just to the podium because Earl did have a time-second penalty. And it was a very good end to the race in Miami, that's for sure. Not many people like Miami, and I'm one of the few people that do. I think it's a great track. I think it's nice and tight, and it's good. But let's see how well I like tight when we go to Monaco next week, shall we? Anyway, we're on board with that. He's had a bit of a tank slap, and I don't know what's gone wrong. Everything's gone wrong. He's in a walk. He's kept it alive, but that will have just thrown his lap to the dogs. Right, we're jump on board with Tofa. I believe he's looking to improve on his time. I believe he is on a hot lap. He might be, or he might be just trying to get back some ERS. We'll soon find out in a second. Apologies for the quietness there. Harry being brought into our room. So anyway, I lost my train of thought. We're back on board with 3-4, who did invalidate last lap. So I believe he's got enough ERS. He's just set a fast in sector 2, so I'm definitely sure he's on hot lap. We're going to stick on board with him because he's one of the few drivers that has his set a lap. Just under 6 minutes left remaining in this, and as I say, that commentator's car strikes and Scott invalidates. I'm so sorry, Scott. I'm going to find somebody else to watch now. I'm bored. I think Mark Wilson is going to go on a lap in a minute. He is going to be. So let's see what Mark can do. Mark currently sitting P5. Hope maybe he can improve. Just narrowly staying within track limits there at the moment. I was very close. Let us know who you're cheering on in the comments. I know there's a fair few of you watching, so a big thank you to everybody that is watching. Or have you just come on to cheer on little old me? You come for your weekly dose of Spider Rob. That's what you've come for, isn't it? You want Spider Rob in your life. You've not come for these people. You've come for me. You've come for my, I would say, amazing commentary. But it's okay at best. Especially when I'm on my own. I haven't got no one to bounce off of. AFL, where are you? I miss you. Right then, I believe there's an Aston Martin which is just going a little bit quicker than. Oh no, he's getting ready for a lap. Let's jump on board back with Mark Wilson. Yeah, he's coming to the pit, so we are going to jump on board with said Aston Martin, the lone Aston Martin at the moment. We do have a yellow flag in sector 2. I believe that is for Jess. She invalidates. And Bracey's decided to come in, so the lone Aston Martin's come in, so one of the silver hours is out at the moment. That's Phantom Nug. He's getting ready to do a hot lap. Wesley's on an out lap at the moment, so let's stick on board with the silver hours at the moment and show them some love. And as I say, show them some love, Phantom decides to come in. They're all coming in. Oh no, Wesley's heard me. Wesley's heard my... You've got me out of that show, mate. We'll stick on board with you for a bit and see what you can do. Oh, get 2 doses of Spider Rob. Well, if you want Topher, you can go 3 doses, because you can race with me on a Monday. Listen to me on the Saturdays, and better yet, over at CRL, you can listen to me again
welcome
on
to the
Thursdays when me and
stream.
AFL do the comms again. So you can have 3 doses of Spider Rob in your life if you really want it, but even then, I'll admit, 3 doses of me per week, even that's a bit much, even for myself. So, you've
Hey
probably got a healthy
Zoe,
dose
how
of
are
me.
you?
But, yeah. But anyway, it's all kicking off in Sector 1. I think drivers are letting each other past, and Sector 1 is where the crashes are going to be.
Sending love to
This morning? No, let's say this evening, the crashes are going to be in Sector 1. That first bit, it can be evil.
You okay?
A bit of information there from Phantom Nug. Obviously, you can't see on the screen, but I can. Phantom Nug is saying that he just can't hit Sector 1 very well. Well, you've got 3 minutes to try and improve on that, Phantom Nug. At the moment, currently sitting P9. Your teammate is P8, and he's setting a hot lap, and I think he's looking to improve. I'm not sure. We'll find out in a moment. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 3, and I believe that's for an AlphaTauri who's going backwards. Stewards will be investigating that severe Scott. I think you drift backwards there on a... The car driving backwards to go back to the pit lane entrance. I'm pretty sure that's against racing regulations. We've got our head steward in the background. Yeah, she's actually nodding in the background as I'm looking. She's digging the rule book out. And
yeah, I'm tired like
there,
always.
Scott.
Yeah, someone might get disqualified. They drove backwards to enter the pit lane the wrong way.
Yeah,
and the head steward, who's also called Jess, is like, hey, that's against the rules.
Has the weak gone? Is the gap gone to your head? Have you forgotten how the rules of F1 work? We will be requiring your footage there. Anyway, we'll find someone to go on board with now. We're going to go on board with 3-4 as we get back to normality.
I'm not going to have enough time to set a lap, am I?
Apologies for going quiet there. Harry is now in the room because he won't go to bed. So, if you do hear Harry in the background, it's because he won't go to bed.
Minimum P7 today, what?
Not me. Oh,
I think I can get P7.
I do have him. Yeah. Right, I'm happy there. So you are going to hear him babbling in the background, people. For anyone that is watching this back, I do apologise. I do like just pure commentary. We're going to have to deal with the at the same time. Right then, so we're on board with SRL 3-4. Hopefully, you can set a time at long last. With 39 seconds left in the session, I believe he's on an outlap at the moment. So he's looking for a one-shot wonder here in China. Right then, here we go. 15 seconds left of the session. Scott is going to be the first driver to cross the checkered flag. So we are going to stick on board with Scott sets a 139.7, but that's not a real lap when you think about it. So what can Scott bring to the table? He's going to hope that he doesn't invalidate here, that's for sure. Oh, Scott, what you doing?
don't hit my chair.
Right then, so here we go. Drivers are slowly crossing the line one by one. Apologies, I had to go quiet there. Harry was running around the room a little bit. But this is pretty much going to be it for qualifying by the looks of it. I don't think we're going to get many drivers trying to improve on their time. Jess is going to give it a good go though. She doesn't. Bracy, where's he? He's coming fit. This will be...
You're going to make cheesy naturals. Can I have some cheesy naturals, please, Zoe? Can you order me cheesy naturals? Zoe, drive over here with some cheesy naturals, please, and we can hug and kiss and other stuff. And by other stuff I mean eat cheesy nachos and watch a movie.
Right, so that will be it, people. That's going to be, it's all, we've got some comments in the paddock already. Apparently there was some blocking going on. Well, Dan once again goes pole here for SRL. Then it's Ross, Wesley, Merman, Deanfire, Jenkins, Dutwell Earl, Harvey, Bracy, Mark Wilson, Phantom Nug, Topher, Wee Rabby, Severe Scott, Mighty Atom, Jess, and CRL 3-4. The stewards have already put in a report on suspected illegal pit lane entry. Scott, if you are listening in the background, mate, it is nothing personal, but it is something that the stewards want to inquire about. So if you've got your footage, please get it submitted when you can in your own time. But that is it for qualifying. We've now got plenty of twists and turns still yet to come. Who's your money on? Is it on Dan? Is it on Ross? Wesley? Those are our top three. Or are we going to see an outsider? Can Scott do like he did in Miami and go from a back row to a podium? Only time will tell. It's possible. It's been done. So it is very overcasty. Are we going to see any rain here in China? The drivers are all getting their things decided. So we are just letting the drivers decide their strategy. Hopefully nobody readies up early, because that would be unfair. But obviously we do allow for at least a minute so our drivers can decide strategy.
Can I start the mediums and potentially go into the softs?
That comment was not needed, Mark. That comment was not needed. Yes, safety cars are on. It's not needed. It was not needed. Danielle, if you're watching, go down and slap your husband, will you? You've got authorization from the SRL admins, even though he is one, to give him a good old... Give him one of them. Give him one of them. Yeah, here we go, Mark. So if we see Mark randomly go into a wall, we know Danielle's going Pah! and it's happened. So right, so drivers are now 3-2 ready up. A minute has now passed. Just tell him to not rage quit this week. I've already made that comment on stream. We've already got that on stream. Mark Forever is going to be the man that rage quit and then came back. One round after. He rage quit in Miami. He came back the very next round. I tell you what, it gets round the no transfers. He went from Red Bull, now he's gone to Alfa Romeo. So it got round the. It got round the. Anyway, it's all love. It's all love and fun here at SRL. We all love each other deeply. We're like that one uncomfortable table at the wedding that nobody wants to speak to each other. Anyway, we are literally seconds away from lights out and away we go. And I believe it's a very long lights out and away we go. And it is lights out and away we go. The drivers are just stood there. It's there we go. They're finally going. Took their time. All slow reactions. Your reaction times, people, are awful. So a lot of drivers going for the medium hard approach. Dan's off, he's gone, right? Down to P2 already. There we go, Dan had his minute in the sun. Tell you what, it's a good clean break from everybody here at China. It's a good start from everybody. No major bumps, no major like split in the wall. Very, very clean. Oh, as I say that, though, there's a Ferrari that I think I may have put a bit of a lag spike though, because it is crossplay. But I'll tell you what though, for a crossplay league, it's been performing quite well. Good so far. Obviously, two out of the rear. As we've got a Ferrari, I say that, and Harvey's gone for a bit of a spin. Harvey dropped down to P17. I don't know if it was a bit of a tank slap, or if we had a bit of a nudge. Harvey, if you're watching, remember if there is any foul play, you know, sort of good, but obviously all of you are encouraged to do. You should be all recording your races as regarding the racing regulations. Well, someone that is very excited is Harry, who should be in bed. Right then, so what did I miss when I was telling Harry to calm down so slightly? Right then. Obviously desperately trying to keep us down, we had a bit of a... No, it's true then, yeah, we couldn't have a Saturday night racing experience without Harry. Alan has moved himself up now to 213. Harvey's... I think he's got a bit of damage in there, which he's trying hard to keep that back up. He's trying to take 3-4 around the outside. I think 3-4 is kept. Yep, Harvey's gone massively wide. Don't know what's going on in the back here. What's going on between... Interesting. Harvey is obviously the reserve, so big shoes for him partaking this week. Filling in for Salvatore. Hopefully Salvatore might be good again next week. But Monaco, I've got a feeling we're going to have a lot of sickies. I really hope not, because I've been looking forward to actually seeing these boys go around Monaco. Of course, it's going to be a war then. And it was Wee Rabby doing the right thing, letting people pass. Harvey, I believe, is he retired on track? Or is he... Well, I believe something's happened with Harvey. Because it is a safety car, people. I think Harvey's taken himself out of the race. And he's caused a safety car, so that could be... And that's caused Wee Rabby to get a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car. Find out what's exactly happened, but as it stands, it is currently a safety car. Alright, okay.
I think the safety car has to be in this lap. Yep, it is.
Right then, and so there was 16. Apologies for going a little bit quiet there, people. But, to quickly send a message to Harvey, who has stepped away from SRL. Seems to be every week that we lose someone. For some reason. So, anyway, moving on. We're now going back where Dan is now in charge of the reset. Hopefully, get under racing again very, very shortly. So, Dan, by the looks of it, is taking very steady, and I believe that's it. He has now gone. He's trying to now get a nice clean getaway from the remainder of the pack. He'll be looking to now try and get back in front. Ross is desperately trying to catch back up to Dan. Wesley's desperate to try and get in front of Ross. Ross defending like a lion against the silver arrow. Nicely done there. Nicely done there, Ross. But Wesley will be wanting to get points as it stands. Wesley currently second in the championship. He's doing everything he possibly can to catch his championship rival. That is, of course, Dan Knight 4. Now, Dean Pryor is currently down in 4th. He's trying to stay with Wesley as best he can. They're both on... no, it's Phantom Mug on the points. Phantom Mug has got mechanical issues at the moment in the Mercedes, hence why he's currently down in 15th. Apparently he's got issues with his brake pad, and he's trying to get it fixed as soon as he can. Blue Buddy got a bit slow off the restart there, did we? He's currently down in P16, not a good run so far for Alfa Romeo. Dan with a nice lead again on the Haas. It's been proven that Dan is beatable. He was beaten in Miami. It can be done, people. He's not immortal. But there is a chance that he could be back over in the streets as Bracy gets round the Williams of Jenkins trying to earn some decent points as well. He's definitely trying to get himself in the championship fight. We still do have a long way between here and the finale.
They left 90 plus 2 minutes
before Christmas. What a better Christmas present as there's contact between the Aston Martin and the Williams. Jenkins doing very well to keep control of the car as 3-4 gets around.
Down
overtake
with a red
the
car.
very back end of there. Obviously, it is a lot harder when you're doing this solo. See how the battle for P2's heating up, which by the looks of it appears to be
basically that's where the yes or no.
a bit of a battle at the moment. Dan is in the leading zone again in P1. Like I said, Ross, the new boy on the block, the new Haas driver replacing Angie at Haas. He's currently P2. Is he one to keep an eye on? Only 3 drivers in this league with 0 points. That is Ross, Salvatore, and Lucas, who's not here this season. 2 of those drivers not here this season. should be back to racing ways shortly. Hopefully Lucas will be back from Monaco. Good to see him going around there, giving it his all. One of the, if not the hardest track on the calendar, that is Monaco. Right, let's see if we can see a bit of a battle. So there's some gaps forming already. Seems to be a lovely battle forming down here. Hey, look, there's a lovely freeway battle. We're about to catch the end of it between Severe Scott, Mark Wilson and Topher. Severe Scott takes P9. He's gone wide. The Alfa Romeo of Mark Wilson is going to maybe try and look and get past, but Severe Scott slams the door. Topher staying back steady in 11, and that's loud. CRL 3-4 in the Alpine to get back in it. He's looking to go around the outside on CRL Topher. Can he get it done? The Ferrari's trying to get some distance as down the inside. 3-4 gets round. Lovely stuff there by the Alpine driver. He's now up to P11. So once again, is Scott on for a last potential podium again? We'll soon find out. We've still got quite a few laps of racing. We are now officially 1/4 of the way through the track. Harry's excited. I'm excited. Are you excited? Well, one way to find out. Just keep staying here at SRL. So, all these drivers get to see if the battle starting to form in this bit of a mid-pack. Let's take a look and see what other tracks we've got yet to come. So, next week, we have got Monaco, feared by many, loved by some. I can't wait to see these cars. How many drivers do you think is going to make it round? Yeah, I can have a feeling these guys are going to be putting in some practice next week for Monaco. Then we've got a 2-week break, purely because we've got a couple of things going on. There's a CRL meetup, which is an happy CRL, but meet some of the guys. And we've got my partner Jess, it is her birthday. So racing is suspended for a few weeks. But then, we have a mad dash to the finish. No more breaks after that. It's Brazil, then Mexico, then Imola, Austria, Abu Dhabi, Belgium, Monza, and then the season finale in Las Vegas. Oh, 3-4, he's dropped to P11. I caught the back end of that as I was coming out of the calendar. That's what Arrow moves up to P7. Right, Wilson's back at P9. There's a lovely battle going on here for P9 as Mike Wilson gets round, trying to get round Scott, but Scott defends. Scott moves up to P9. Jenkins drops down to P8 as that's what Arrow gets round on the inside. And there's a good little battle. There's battles everywhere you look. Bit of a tank slap there for Jenkins, but Jenkins keeps going with the car. AlphaTauri moves up to P7 and Williams stays down to P8. Now, 3-4 is looking to make the move on the Williams driver. Can he get it done? Right, Wilson's looking to try and catch back up to Scott. The other Scott, he's down in the battle now for potentially for P9. And Topher is like, you don't forget about me, I'm still here, guys. Well, there's the little lone Ferrari driver. Now the lone Ferrari driver, since Harvey has unfortunately left the race. Phantom Nug with mechanical issues doing well down in P13.
Oh.
He's not getting hurt, he's just doing it for the fun of it. He's got one of the Hot Wheels cars and he's hitting himself. Topher moves up to P11, gets back around the AlphaTauri. Let's keep an eye on this battle, shall we? Because it is a bit of a DRS battle. There's a battle in front though. Between that was what Al Jenkins is 3-4. 3-4 looking to move down on the inside on Jenkins. Can't get it done.
The game's been out for just over a day and they're already getting so many duplicate untradables.
Given out so far, any penalties that have been done have been served. As I say that though, commentator's car strikes, adaptable arrow with the first 3-second penalty of the evening. Commentator's car, there it is. He's back through quite a lot of his ERS as well. Down to 16%. Phantom Nug gets round to Scott, he's back up to P12. They have a tank slap again there. 3-4 and Jenkins having a bit of a battle as they go side by side. And Scott around the outside, it's beautifully done. He now moves up to P8. Scott's now looking to make a move on a doubtful arrow as well. He's having them all. Well, though, not wanting to give up the position. It's the battle between Scott and Adaptable Arrow once again. Scott's like, I've had you once, and I'll have you again, lad. But that's where I was like, no, I'm staying in front this time. We'll have to keep you updated on how the battle goes. there, we just had to put little one to bed. But now, hopefully, on a 10th-3, Harry is now gone to bed. It's hard being a parent, but it's rewarding at the same time. Anyway, I hope I didn't miss too much. I do apologise if I have missed anything exciting, but I love F1. Unfortunately, I love my son more. He'll always come first. Right then, so that's the dad duties back out of the way. Let's jump on board with our championship leader and current race leader. Here is Dan 94PL. I believe he's also got fastest lap at the moment as well. We'll take a look and see he has. Can anything stop Dan? The man's a machine. You just see Ross in the background there. Wesley's trying to keep up. Dean's there. Merriman's there. There's just a nice little gap forming there. So the battle really is the battle for P7 at the moment. Scott's going to look to try and get round. He's going to try and go for it around on the outside. Let's jump aboard with Scott. Can he get it done? Earl's defending really, really well. Nicely done. Oh, it's clean, boys. Clean. This battle for P7 is really, really good. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh no, Scott! Oh no! Oh, Scott, keep it going! Oh, he's got heavy pants! Whew. Wow, so all that work that Scott just had, he's now got to build back up. Wow, 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 wow. Right, let's go find another battle somewhere else, shall we? The battle for P7 is still on. Jenkins is going to breathe a sigh of relief because Scott has now gone down a little bit. Mark Wilson's now in between him and Scott, so Scott's got to work all that back up again. So the battle for P7 is still on. We're still on board with this battle at the moment. This is where the action appears to be, so this is where we're going to stick on board with. However, hit the sky red button, nothing's going to happen because you're watching this on Twitch. So the red button will do absolutely nothing, but what you can do is you can head over to our SRL server. Why not maybe think about joining it? Because Season 2 applications will be open soon, people. Applications for Season 2 are going to open up in back end of November, early December. The more applications we get, the more potential chance we've got for maybe 1 or 2 tiers. Obviously, I would like an F1 tier and an F2 tier. Would be nice. And hopefully we'll have more drivers than quitters. Yeah, this battle was quite nice. The CRL 3-4 gets around Mark Wilson again. Lovely, lovely done. Mark's trying to catch it. Oh, there's going to be some good battling here between these two. Two very experienced E-League drivers. But Mark... Not being... Oh, actually, I think that what I was about to say. Nah, Scott defends well. Now, Scott had issues here last time. Is he going to keep it under control this time? That looks like he's yes. Very nearly went out of the Grand Prix quite early, did Scott. But there's a bit of a DRS train forming all the way down. Phantom Nug, mechanical issues, or was it a bluff? He's currently P11, he's trying to hunt down points. But as it stands, he won't be getting any points as it is, and that will damage him in the championship standings. But there's still a long, long way to go as it stands. Still 9 rounds left of racing. It's all heating up for that battle for P7. I mean, Earl's trying to now make a bit of a gap between him and Jenkins. We're going to jump on board with 3-4 as he looks to hunt down Jenkins.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg! If you're watching it, how can I get involved in the action? Well, head on over to the SRL Discord server. The link is in the YouTube channel.
Zoe_Tay just subscribed. Go, go, go. Jess PL13 wink.
On reserves as well because they're quitting just as much as we're having to promote them.
Yo, thanks for the subscription, Zoe. Let's go.
A little bit catty there of me there. Just a little bit. It's Saturday night, people. I'm allowed to be. I give up my Saturday nights for you people. Pretty sure you can take the odd jab every now and then.
Huh? I thought it was only
Right, so we are potentially maybe looking at the first set of pit
maybe
runners
it's the
very
Amazon Prime
shortly.
subscription.
In a moment, the halfway mark, 1 lap to go before we are halfway through. 3-4, get him around Jenkins, but Jenkins isn't letting him go.
Thanks for the money.
4 points. Scott pulling off the last. Severe Scott, he is the first of our pit runners. He's gone, you know what? The mediums have done their dues on 11 laps. I've got a feeling we are going to see a set of white walls here. Let's see what Scott's going to go for. And of course, I am right, it is the set of hards that is going on for the car, so his mandatory pit stop is completed. Oh, but he's got wing damage, so it's a slow pit stop, but still plenty of time to get himself back in the race, and obviously the hard tyres can go the distance, so he's obviously banking on no more safety cars this evening. Hopefully, could be a good call from Scott there. Will any of the other medium runners, potentially? So, Dan is now 4.2 seconds ahead of Ross, so the battle for P2 is very much alive, but all the way down to about
P7, that's a big ass.
9. The top 8 drivers are all spaced between each other. Jenkins will be looking to try and get back up over a take, so he's going to go on the inside. He's getting the run. There's going to be some tight battling going here into the corner. Good battling between these two. I'm loving watching these two on track. Know them both in and out of SRL, and it's good to see two people I know going at it and showing, putting on a good show for us. We do have another one coming in. I believe that is for Topher.
There was contact.
Game. It's raining 15 minutes. Is it? Well, only time will tell, so we'll have to wait and see. Topher is the next medium runner to come in. I believe he's going for a
weather report.
Yes, he is. He thinks that it's not going to be raining, so we'll soon find out.
Raining 10 to 15, I might try and extend these hards even further.
Slowly be coming in. If rain is inbound, do the hard runners try and hold it out? Medium runners, their tyres soon are probably going to be screaming. Watching our stream, nice. Thank you for the update there. Thank you very, very much. But thank you for the weather update. 15 minutes. Lap-wise, it takes about what, 1 minute 30 to go around here. 3, 6. 3, 6, 9.
Okay, maybe I don't.
Time. It could be. Oh, Adam's out of the race. I've missed it as I was doing maths to work out what if it could potentially hit. And the rain can hit, that I've worked out. Adam has seen an early exit, and it's a safety car.
Shut up.
Oh,
Box this lap.
Oh, mate. He'll be gutted, and I'm gutted I've missed the crash. So, Dan made the opportunity to come in for the hard. Everyone's coming in. They're like, yep, everyone in, everyone in, everyone in, and bunch everybody up. The hard runners that have already come in, they could be lapping. They could be now going up the grid. Dean, on the other hand, is a couple of drivers are going for softs. So they believe that the rain could be coming. Interesting. So Dean's gone for softs. Bracey's gone for softs. Good calls there. Maybe. Answers on a postcard. Quite a few drivers have gone for mediums. Rabbi has called it a day. Aston Martin. Sorry, Alfa Romeo. That's a shame. That's another driver gone. Jess is coming into pit. And so's Topher. What's Topher? Topher's gone on to hards, and he's coming in for a pit. Why is he coming into pit? He's going to mediums. Oh, a new set of mediums would see it through to the end, to be fair. Interesting. Scott stays out. He's made up a position from that. That's very interesting. So we're just over halfway through the Chinese Grand Prix here at Season 1 in SRL, and there's been a few shocks and twists already. Obviously, Harvey's got up and gone. Adam unfortunately crashed. So we are just going to leave you with the championship leader for a moment. Harry sounds like he's about to be thick. Bear with us 2 seconds. little one sounded like he was about to be sick, so Mummy and Daddy had to rush to his aid. Right then, so safety car will probably be in not this lap but next lap, so we are expected to get racing underway on lap 18. Or depends if Topher and Scott can catch up to the pack this lap. That's what it's going to come down to. It's an interesting call there from Dean Pryor and Bracy. I think they're under the impression that it's going to rain. Bracy... I think Bracy's had the same message. And just remember, what's it called? The Pokemon minigame is going on in the chat. That's only available for those that watch the race live on Twitch. If you want to catch it, all you got to do is do PokeCatch. If you haven't already, it will tell you that you need your starter Pokemon, and it will go from there. It will show you how to get involved in the community game. Just a little bit of fun that we'd like to have here at SRL, since Pokemon is also a big part of my life as well. Oh, safety car is in this lap, so the drivers have caught in, so we are under racing away with lap 17, 11 laps of racing, 12 laps of racing underway. Dan will be looking to, Jenkins is up to P2 on 15 lap old hard. He didn't pit, so big massive gain there for him. Ross is up to P, well, still in P3 I should say. Now, is Dan going to go for the same tactic as last time, or is he going to try and catch them snoozing? Just waiting for the race to get back underway. The safety car now makes its way back into the pits. So we're going to get underway any moment. It's a good quick launch there from Dan. Jenkins is coming in to pit. Bracy goes wide there on the last corner. A couple of drivers coming into pit. Well, it's just the one driver coming into pit, I should say. I think Jenkins was hoping that maybe those hard tyres could have lasted a bit longer, and he's gone, you know what, I'm going to back out. So, potentially a bad call there from Jenkins. But Dan's got away quickly.
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake.
Man is just in a league of his own, isn't he? But we are looking at a potential champion in the making. I don't want to call it this early, but the man does get in front quite quickly.
Oh, there's a spin.
As we have a yellow flag in sector 2, and that's for Mark Wilson. He's had a bit of a spin, I think. Doesn't appear to be any damage. It's just gone a bit wide. So Mark's dropped down to P13. So it means points-wise, it'll be Dan, Ross, Wesley, Dean, Bracy, Merriman, Adaptable L, 3-4, and Phantom Nug. However, Merriman and Adaptable L both with time second penalties against their name at the minute. So still a while to go yet. There'll still can be some distance between the drivers. As Wesley looks to make his way round Dean, the battle between these two, it's going to be good. There's contact there as they go in to the last corner. Nothing major, a few love taps. Dan improving his fastest time, but now Dean turns around and says, no, mine. I'm not surprised there because Dean is on the soft compound tyres. Of course, weather is due to change apparently. We'll have to hold out and see. It looks like it's getting a bit brighter than darker, if I'm honest, but time will tell. Big thank you to everyone that is watching. If you are new to the channel, give that follow button a smack, well, the subscribe button I should say, because well, yeah, follow button. Subscribe to the one to pay. Only pay if you want to. I've never asked you to do that, but hit the follow button. Every Saturday evening we are here, well, most Saturday evenings obviously when it's not a scheduled week break. This is where you'll see the race live. It'll get re-uploaded to our YouTube channel tomorrow. However though, to watch the race live, this is where you need to be. And on top of that, on Monday evenings, you can catch myself racing for SRL. And then Friday nights. It's Friday Night Fortnite with me, the Jarvis, and Cannon Fodder. We go at it and try and get those W's on stream. Can we get some next week? Time will tell. Fortunately, there was no Friday Night Fortnite this week, so we couldn't get the bearings this week. Nathan had to go and see his friends. But do go check out Cannon Fodder 1982 when you do get the chance for it. Anyway, we've got Merriman looking to try and potentially make the move on Bracy here. Let's see how this battle goes on. New mediums versus new softs. Bracy should have the advantage, but Merriman will go longer. DRS is now enabled. 2 laps have passed since that safety car. Good racing wherever you look, to be fair. The battle for P2 is heating up as Dean Pryor is looking to try and get round Ross. Ross is obviously the new boy on the block. Haas will be extremely happy with their signing this week. Wesley looking to catch up as Bracy's looking to catch up to the Silver Arrow as Mark Wilson regains P11 on Severe Scott. A lot of drivers burning through their ERS already. Scott's on 35, Logan's on 16. Jess has kept good control of hers. Mark's down to 25, Scott's a big way, so's Topher. Jenkins still has a lot, so it's a mixed battle here. ERS is definitely going to come involved in this. Topher looking to go for the overtake on Scott as Dean Pryor moves around Ross. He moves up to P2. He's now going to be looking to try and cut down Dan. Is it possible? Can he do it? Time will tell as Topher gets around to Severe Scott, but it is going to be a battle as we go into the hairpin here. Scott trying to get a bit of a slipstream there from Topher. I think Topher may have done all he needed to keep holding the position. There's a contact and a spin from Topher. Not a major one, but Topher keeps the position. No damage major there. Scott goes wide into the last corner. Battling between them two will allow Jenkins to catch up slowly but surely. 3-4 on the attack on Adaptable Arrow. These two battling it out again. This is great stuff. Scott and Arrow had a battle in Miami and now they've taken it for China. Have they formed a little bit of a rivalry on track? Only one way to find out. Keep watching as we'll go over to Monaco next week and we'll see which one of them two don't go into a war. Dean desperately trying to cut down Dan. Again. He'll be giving it everything he's got on those softs. Ross doing well to keep up with Dean. He's on new hards. Remember, the softs won't last. He probably have to pit again. Apparently the rain is coming. Can Dean catch Dan? He'll be looking at him with daggers. Scott now picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple track warnings. Ross looking to potentially get round. Ross is round into P2. Dean says no, it's my position. Ross says no, it's mine. They're battling as they go down to the last corner. Dean's still in P2 as it stands. They're going to battle as they go through into the last corner. Ross should have DRS advantage. It's going to be a great battle here for P2. It's hotting up, and this battle is going to allow Dan to slowly but surely chip away again at that time. He'll keep that lead. Ross is now back to P2. Dean is now down to P3, and it's brought Wesley back into this battle. This is great. This is what racing really is. Good battling no matter where you look. I know some of the drivers probably thinking, going, imagine what it would be like if Dan wasn't in the championship. Kind of like how we're thinking, imagine what it would be like if Max Verstappen wasn't in the championship. But, like with Max, he was beaten in Singapore, Dan was beaten in Miami. It just proves that it is anyone's game. Wesley looking to potentially maybe get the move done on Dean. Have them softs already fluttered out. Have the hards come into their own. Bracy's not anywhere in contention now, but it looks a bit Merriman's trying to go for the overtake on Bracy. Have the softs already fluttered out? One way to find out. That's well, and Scott are still going at it. It's good to see these two still putting on a show for us. There's a bit of a battle further down between Mark Wilson and Jess. Mark's trying to desperately cling on to points as 3-4 goes for a spin. Oh, Scott, what's happened? That's it, keep control, mate. You've got it, you've got it. Did something happen between Phantom Nug and 3-4, or between Earl and 3-4? There's one, well, I'm pretty sure we'll hear from them maybe post-race. I don't know, we don't do post-race interviews. But maybe there'll be something in the paddock or the reports later on which we can then report back to you during the Monaco Grand Prix next week. Scott's still in this race. Wesley getting round Dean like I said.
This car is extremely tough to handle. I just made a mistake.
Runners are banking on rain, and it doesn't look like the rain's coming. Wesley's now up to P3. That spells good news on his championship battle between him.
I also hate this track,
Dean,
so...
But again, Wesley is only 5 points behind Dan in the championship at the moment. It's Dean and Phantom Nug that's in a big massive battle here, and where Phantom Nug's going to finish, he will have less points than Dean, so Dean should, in theory, take control of P3 in the championship, but everything can still change.
Current price is 2.9 seconds.
Seems to be a bit of a battle going on further back between an Aston Martin and a Red Bull. The Red Bull has got past Bracy, so those softs I think are pretty much dead unless a late game safety car comes out now. We've got a yellow flag. It's Scott, he's spun again. I think his mediums have... I think the traction has wore out on the mediums. I think it's been one spin too many, and it's such a shame because he's been doing so well this evening. He's gone from back row, he was up there, and now he's back down there. There's still points up for grabs though, Scott. Merriman's back down to P6. The softs of Bracy, have they got a second stint? As Jenkins now gets back round 3-4. That's what Earl there in the background, breaching track limits again.
Set intermediate tyres.
It's been a good race. There's been some bumps. I think the stewards may have some...
Set intermediate tyres.
Okay, fitting intermediate tyres next.
Jenkins now up to P11, getting round the Red Bull. There's a bit of a battle going on here. Let's take a look to see what these guys can do. Jess getting around 3-4. 3-4 getting back round Jess. There is a bit of a battle going on here. Has Scott got that car back under control? Can Scott get back round Jenkins? And then he's got to go and try to have a battle again with his friend SRL Topher. Seems to be a bit of a battle going on here between a Ferrari and an Aston Martin. No, that's right, Alfa Romeo. Just a little bit of one. Nothing major, but I'll tell you where there is a battle going on. There's a battle between a Mercedes and a Haas still battling up. These two are looking to try and get round each other. Wesley doesn't want to get too far behind Dan. There'll be a bit of a sizable gap then between them at the top of the table. Wesley's desperately trying to get back round Ross. Could potentially get it done here with some DRS assistance. Ross has done amazing. New boy on the block, currently P2. But Wesley makes it look easy. That's the experience from there, but Ross is desperately trying to get round. Wesley desperately defending. Good stuff here. The battle for P2 really heating up.
Weather report.
We're expecting the rain to hit us any time now. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
Battle going on between here, Merriman and Bracy. Bracy's desperately trying to get round on the inside. Merriman should have the advantage on the outside there. So it means he's got the inside lane going into that corner. Bracy not letting him go. Bracy's desperately trying to get round. Good battling here between these two, but Merriman keeps control of P5. Bracy trying to get another opportunity. Can it be done? Bracy can't do it. Battle P2 still hotting up a little bit. Wesley's round. Wesley's trying to
this is extremely risky.
600 was the second between the two, but it does mean Ross is going to have DRS support going into the next DRS zone. Dan is 4.4 seconds ahead. Their little battle means that he's managed to go away. Jess has come in for inters. Now that's an interesting one. Is it raining? Doesn't look like it's raining on my camera at the moment. Has Jess just called something, or has it gone desperately wrong? One way to find out. That's an interesting one. Is it raining? Doesn't look like it's raining on my camera at the moment. Has Jess just called something, or has it gone desperately wrong? One way to find out. Still 5 laps in it. Long way to the checkered flag here for these guys. I can see rain. There is rain in China. Now has Jess made the right call? Is she going to get round in time? Is that track going to get wet enough in time? Now this could be a good call from the Red Bull driver. Keep on board with our front runners. Rain is starting to come down. I can see the specks of rain. It's going to be good. Back round into P5. His battle with Bracey's heating up the definite. Now them softs of Bracey could now feel it if that rain gets any heavier. And by the looks of it, it is. That rain is coming down quicker than slower.
5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
But the rain is here in China, and it's not going to slow down by the looks of it. It's getting quicker. That track's going to get wetter quicker. Now then, what's going to happen here? Jump on board with the battle for P2 again. Ross looking to desperately retake P2. Now these front runners, how are they going to try and commit and stay out? Or do they have to come in? A couple of other drivers have come in. Jenkins has come into Inters, and so Severe Scott. They've both gone onto Inters. They've gone, you know what, I don't want to take the risk. The question is, does Dan and Wesley do the same? Ross gets round Wesley, makes it look easy. That DRS support there, so DRS is still enabled at the moment. It's not been turned off yet. As Wesley goes for a spin, he's felt it. He knows he's got to wait for a safe moment. He's spun, he's spinning, he's doing donuts. He's got to wait. Wesley's dropping down. Phantom Nugs retaking the... Oh, my heart breaks. Poor Wesley. I bet Ross is sat there cheering a little in his car. Oh. The rain is getting heavier. What a shame. I'm absolutely gutted for him. Now moving back on for the new battle for P3. Ross and Dean are now sitting there quite comfortably. This will allow Dean to catch up a little bit on Wesley. Phantom Nug will be looking to try and close the gap down as well now. More and more drivers are coming on for Inters. 3-4's come on for Inters. Topher's come on for Inters. Jenkins has done the same thing. There's quite a few more drivers now coming on for Inters. They believe the track's too wet. And to be honest, I actually agree with them.
I may have come in one lap too early.
Technically 3 laps left of racing at the moment. Dan may technically get a free pit stop. Is Ross going to gamble it though? I think Dan's potentially got to stay out without fear of Ross maybe deciding to come in or stay out. What would you do in this situation with the top 2 drivers? Dan's losing a little bit. DRS is now disabled, so even the in-game marshals, they've decided enough's enough. Dan's coming in. Does Ross stay out, or is he coming in as well? Ross has said, you know what, this is too risky. Is Dean going to come in? Bracey gets a 3-second penalty for multiple time. I think the drivers are all going to start to come in now. Merman stays out. Dean's come in. Adaptable Hours stayed out. Yellow flag in sector 3. Oh, as a Mercedes Phantom Nug smashes into a wall. Oh. It's just got the team from Brackley are having a bad day. Now then, Merman and Adaptable Earl. Can they do enough to beat Dan? Well, Dan's going to be hunting them down. They've taken a gamble. Adaptable Hours going off track. They've both got time second penalties. But have they just lost out on points because of that gamble? Now this is interesting. 3-4's now moving up to P8. He's getting back into things. Nug is down to 9. Topher's up to 10th as Jenkins drops out of the points. Dan makes it look easy on Adaptable Earl, and no doubt he's going to do the same to Merman, whose tyre choice is questionable to say the least. He gets round, he's made it look easy. Dan retakes control of the Grand Prix. It is definitely intermediate weather. The two boys that took a risk, it's not paid off for them. But I think they're hoping just to stay in front of people just because of their time second penalties. So we'll have to look and see what's going on. This could be dangerous going into this corner. They're going to slip and slide like Bambi, and that's where it goes wide. Mark Wilson and somebody else picked up a 3-second time penalty there. I believe it was Adaptable Earl. Merman moves down to P3, technically P2. You've got Ross closing in the gap again. He's looking to get back to where he is. He's currently provisional P2 as it stands. Ross now moves back up to P2, making it look easy thanks to those inters. As we move on to the final lap of the Grand Prix. It's been a good race from start to end. There's only one man that we're going to jump on board with to see us in through the remainder of that race. He's led the Grand Prix. He's led the championship. He's making it look easy. He's bringing McLaren back to winning form. And he's only just increasing his lead even further. I don't know if he's got the fastest lap or not no more. I believe that's gone to Dean, so he's not got the perfect weekend. That's been denied to him by Dean Pryor. Dean's happy with that, the fact that he denied Dan the perfect weekend. But there's only one person that's going to be walking away with the win today. Dean Pryor moves up to P4. He'll be looking to now make the move down to Adaptable Earl to solidify his P3 win. He gets round with ease. Look at that, beautifully done there from Dean. Merriman's just slowing down on track. It's gone from bad to worse for him. Wesley, what could have been, is down to P7. There's 3-4 down in P8. Topher's up to P9. And Mark Wilson currently P10 as it stands for our points runners. But like I said, the Grand Prix can only be won by one. He's leading the championship. He's leading the Grand Prix. He's making it look easy. He's SRL's very own Max Verstappen. His name is Dan94. He's got one corner left to go of this Grand Prix. He's made it look easy. It's not the perfect weekend due to the rain, but Dan94 is going to cross the line again for another win to win the Chinese Grand Prix. Ross, the new boy, comes P2. Dean Pryor still desperately trying to hunt down his rivals. He will cross the line in P3, and it will close the gap. And it will make a gap between him and Phantom Nug. Bracy crosses the line in P4. We saw Dean just plough it into a wall there right at the very end. Here comes Adaptable Earl. Here comes Wesley. I believe he's going to overtake Adaptable Earl on the thing. No, Adaptable Earl stays in front. It was so fair play. The commitment was there. There's Merman. 3-4. He's done well to finish in the points regardless. He finishes P8. Topher's going to take it. The lone Ferrari in P9. And Mark Wilson, who returns to Formula 1. He's back. But he drops Jenkins! Due to a time second penalty, he will snatch a point right at the very end. Mark finishes P11. Phantom Nug will finish 12th. Jess will finish 13th. And here comes Severe Scott, who has got an investigation to answer to. He will finish P14.
Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you Zoe for the subscription. Thank you for the £2. Love you all. See you next time. Goodbye.